Everybody, it's Trigger Bar Philosopher. Welcome back out to the channel. Today we have a great episode. We're going to take another look at the FN510 Tactical. Did some polishing on the feed ramp. We're going to test it out with some 220 grain Underwood hard cast. Let's see if it runs. Let's get to shooting. So backstory on the FN510 Tactical. I've had it out to the range a few times. I'll throw in some of these shots. It hasn't been super reliable with the 220 grain hard cast from Underwood. It's been reliable with my Piss and Hop Bubba loads from me, Trigger Bar, with its hard cast 200 grain, Underwood 200 grain, Buffalo Bore 200 grain, no problem. You know, the weak sauce FMJs from a lot of these companies, no problem. Blazer Brass, no problem. Magtech, no problem. So Underwood range supply, no problem. But this heavyweight 220 grain, it's had problems. So I thought, hey, maybe it's the feed ramp that needs polishing. Let's do some tests and see what happens. We have some more of this 220 grain. We fired a lot more of it. We didn't have another issue. To keep my mind on making sure I don't hit the slide stop, slide release while I'm shooting. Let's see how it does. And we did get another failure. So it does not like this 220 grain ammunition. Take this down, lock the slide back, take it down. Failure to extract. Another one. It's not liking this ammo. Before we blow through all the ammunition, let's make sure it's not the mag, and let me replace the mag. Okay, we have the regular 15 round mag. We'll see how that does. That runs it. Ran all of that fine with this mag. So, no. Got a problem. We got a problem. If you can see that, it is not liking this 220 grain. So I think that's a fail on the 220 grain. Okay, well now I have some of the 200 grain Underwood hard cast, and we'll see how it does. We shot it a little bit before, but I just want to make sure this thing's working again. Oh, reset the trigger. Ran all 10 of those just fine, except for Trigger Bar's mistakes. Yeah, it cannot handle that 200 grain. 10 millimeters hard, because you'll find that with a lot of guns, that because it has such a wide spectrum, we're talking 100 grain to 230 grain projectiles out of it, some just don't work. And I'm guessing with this, the 220 grain's a no-go. Okay, well, it's a different day. We have polished the feed ramp, so we're going to see if these 220 grain rounds will run now. Let's see. That seemed to have done the trick. No! Oh, well, we got slide lock back. It was an empty case. Seemed to have done the trick. Good news. We're going to have to shoot the rest, aren't we? Okay, well, we got 9 more rounds because we got something else I want to try with that 10th round. This is all the 220 grain I have. Yep. It's not going to do it. There's something going on with the feed ramps are polished, but there's something going on with the springs, I think. It's too heavy around for this. That's too bad. Okay, just because I have all my gel stuff set up and I just want to do it, Gel blocks are totally crushed at this point, but let's send a hard cast through 4 layers of clothing, 2 denim, 2 t-shirt, 1/2 inch of MDF. And this is hard cast, so we've got over 50 inches of gel. I just want to see if we can stop it, see what this bullet does. Cool. Let's go down and see. 1209 for a reading. All right, well, unfortunately, it kind of went down through the bottom. If we pick up our MDF, it kind of gives us a clue of where it broke through. Down towards the bottom here. Broke through 1, broke through 2. The exit wound coming through that second one was bigger, and it kind of just went all the way through the bottom, smoked all the way through. And there's our big old 220 grain hard cast bullet down at pretty close to our 47 inch mark. It's down there, back there, 47 inches. Penetration with that 220 grain hard cast. Okay, well, looks like the polishing didn't really help it. So we probably have to do some, I'm thinking either mag springs or recoil spring. Please put in the comment below what you think it is. I'm probably going to start out with recoil springs. I've tried it on 4 different magazines, the 2 that came with the company and 2 that I bought as aftermarket that are from FN. And I have the same issue with all of those mags. So I'm pretty sure it's not, I know it's not a mag issue. Pretty unlikely that all 4 mags would have this. But I do know that when you get heavier and heavier hard cast and more power, these are 1200 feet per second, 220 grain loads. The normal, or the what you hope for in a 10 millimeter is 200 grains going 1200 feet per second. That's a good load. That's a solid 10 millimeter, high performing 10 millimeter load. This is over that, so this is more than you might expect. And so the gun probably is just having some issues with the cycling. So I'm going to look to see if I can put in a little bit heavier spring so they can handle that reciprocation of the mass. We'll have to get to that in another time, but I hope this was fun. I just decided, hey, let's just do a little bit of a gel test. We had it out for some other testing that I was doing. Hopefully that was fun for everyone to see. It's not super fun seeing hard cast shot into a gel because it doesn't deform, doesn't get tons of energy. It just keeps going. And we saw that with that penetration out to, like 50 inches. So hope everyone has a great week. I thought that was fun. I hope hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. If you have the FN 510, if you have a different gun that you prefer, put that in the comments for 10 millimeter, which is the best millimeter. So let's get to shooting.